We got action. Everybody, welcome to PGUnruly presents To Current Culture. And fellas, it's only been a couple days, but we back at it. You know what it is. Let's get into it. And playoffs are starting tomorrow. How y'all feeling about it?
Lakers winning everything.
That shit start tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
We here now. We here now.
So the Lakers are sweeping the Portland Trailblazers.
17 years in the making. LeBron versus Carmelo.
We can't have hot takes in the first 5 seconds. Now, I don't know. I think it's 5 or 6. Give Dame his respect.
Play Portland in the first round.
They might sweep.
We're going to sweep them.
Is CJ McCollum still hurt?
His back still hurt.
His back? You got that Tracy McGrady shit? Yeah. I mean, you know.
Sweep. You heard it here.
Melo balling though. Melo putting up like 17.
But like Matt said, it's been 17 years in the making to see LeBron versus Melo in the playoffs. And
They never played each other in the playoffs?
No, they did. The Knicks played the Heat once, but they got swept.
Oh, yeah, he did have the run with the Knicks.
But Dame said put some respect on his fucking name, so he got to get a game.
He called out John's husband, Paul George.
Ooh.
He said, name dash, $8. Faces all day. Fuck you.
Here's my thing. You know, with this series, I feel Skip Bayless is going to win either way because he's going to play both sides. If Dame does his thing, he's going to say, I told you Bron is a fraud and who I thought he was all these years. And if Bron does his thing like we expect him to, he's going to be like, Dame is who I told you he was, Shannon. Last week, he's not clutch. He doesn't come up big in the fourth quarter. So now Skip, he's a genius. He's going to play it both ways, and he's going to win either way. So we got to ignore Skip during this series for real.
Can you imagine if we actually lost to Portland, how Skip would be?
Anthony Davis. You know what they would do to Anthony Davis's career?
Bro, this would be crazy if we lose in the first round to the Portland Trailblazers. I mean, it's not going to happen, but
I can't see it. But here's the genius of Skip Bayless. He was on Kawhi hard for leaving the Spurs last year. And the minute he won the ring in Toronto, he's Kawhi's biggest fan again. While he's
he's
he used to call that nigga
now.
He used to call that nigga number 2 though. He used to call that nigga number 2.
I know y'all
saying his name and everything.
I know y'all seen that viral clip of Skip with the Clippers jersey on. I'm back. What it do, baby? What it do?
Kawhi fan like Kawhi went up against LeBron. That's how much hate he has for LeBron.
Right.
Kawhi quit on, in Skip's words, Kawhi quit on his team, went to Toronto. Now that he's going up against LeBron, he's a fucking Kawhi fan now. That nigga that hate.
Exactly.
That hate for LeBron is so deep in that man's heart. Shit.
It's insane. I don't understand it. And what I love about Bron is he's never given Skip the time of day. He doesn't respond to him in any platform. He just lets Skip says what he says, and he acts like Skip doesn't exist. Dame actually went on Carmelo Anthony's podcast and responded back to Skip. And he said Skip told him intricate details, and Skip even said to Dame that, you know, I've been depressed lately and da-da-da. So I didn't think Dame had to put all that out there, but I saw how Dame was frustrated too. So he was just kind of venting to Melo.
Yeah.
But
I mean, listen, Dame take the game personally, yo.
Yeah. Some of the other matchups I think will be good is Jazz Nuggets. I think that'll be a great series for sure.
It's going to be a very technical series.
I got Nuggets in that.
It's the least visual pleasing one, but I got Nuggets in that one.
Now, what's the name was fun to watch play? Fucking Joker? The big man for the Nuggets?
Jokic. Yeah.
Jokic. That nigga's a joy to watch. Pause. Joy to watch. It's like watching almost like Tim Duncan. You know what I'm saying? Like his game is mad dry, but just like the nigga's fundamentals, it's crazy. The passing, the fucking footwork, the nigga's a beast, yo.
Yeah.
What's the name? Food ass though. I think before the bubble, Anthony Davis.
Oh yeah, because Anthony Davis.
Oh, AD is a problem for any big.
You have to do that with
He gonna have to do that in these fucking in the playoffs.
He gonna cook the shit out of Nurkic and Hassan Whiteside.
I read a report. They said Michael Porter Jr. is already the Nuggets' second best player. He's just being established right now. He's cold. His game is nice, despite his on the platform. But on the court, he's nice. I give him that.
Now, the Nuggets are solid. The Nuggets are definitely solid.
What the Wizards finna do?
Y'all should have traded up to get him, bro.
It breaks my heart and my soul that he went one pick before the Wizards were on the clock. The Nuggets took him one pick before us, and we ended up taking Troy Brown. I was heartbroken. I just knew we were going to get Michael Porter Jr. I was hurt.
I don't even know.
Bro, who is Troy Brown? Who is Troy Brown?
Was he in the bubble?
Exactly. I was hurt. Troy Brown's solid. He's nice, but he's no Michael Porter.
Invited to the bubble?
Y'all disrespectful. Look up his stats in the bubble. Matter of fact, he had good numbers in the bubble. y'all cold-blooded for that. That's terrible. Y'all not gonna go on my man.
Troy Brown was like, somebody just said my name. Troy Brown is shocked he's being mentioned right now. Shit, not Troy Brown.
Why you shocked he's being mentioned? That's so disrespectful.
Yo, I think it's like a mechanic. Oh, shit. Motherfucker fix your transmission with a butter knife.
But that's a good matchup. And, of course, we already talked about Heat and Pacers and also Clippers. No, we haven't talked about Clippers Mavs.
Pacers to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Hot take right here. Clippers in 6, maybe 5. Clippers in 5.
Fuck all that. Pacers to the Eastern Conference Finals. You heard it right here. You know what I'm saying?
That's a real hot take.
It's not happening.
No.
TJ Warren, a.k.a. Baby Kawhi, is not taking them that far.
He's going to cook.
Will they get by the Heat? That's the question.
That's the bonus.
Sabonis all right, though. I ain't even going to lie.
What'd you say,
Will
brother?
they get by the Heat? That's the question. The Pacers.
No, they not.
Pacers in 6.
Jimmy Buckets.
Pacers in 6.
Bam out of a Dodgio.
Yeah. What has Jimmy Buckets done in the playoffs? The goddamn thing. The same team took LeBron 7 games to hit the Cleveland. Suck our dick.
And the only other competitive series we didn't hit on yet, I think, would be Celtics and Sixers with Embiid.
Al Horford going back.
Al Horford playing the Celtics, so that'll be something.
And the Sixers hold up to the pressure.
Sixers fold under pressure.
I think
that's a lot of pressure. But it's like that on both teams, though.
How do you feel about media perception that Ben Simmons and Embiid can't play together? How do y'all feel about that?
I agree. One of them got to leave.
Yeah. And who's it going to be? I think it's probably going to be Embiid that gets moved.
I can see Embiid.
The pace he plays with, and he's a great defender. He's an all-around player, other than the fact he can't shoot outside of 6 feet. He needs to improve that jump shot.
I think Embiid gonna get sent to Phoenix with Devin Booker. They don't want Devin Booker to lose, so they're gonna do whatever they can to get Embiid to Phoenix with
3 first-round picks.
Yeah, and what's that boy they got? Jaren Jackson.
But DeAndre Ayton is their center. He's nice too.
Yeah, DeAndre Ayton. My fault.
He's nice too, though.
That's what I'm saying. They might use him as trade bait to send to Philly for Joel Embiid.
That'd be a nice move. I think both teams.
Embiid like that. He's the last real center right now.
I think he's overrated, yo.
He's a real center. Like that nigga's tall as hell, big as hell. Can post you up.
That's the problem. That's the problem. This is a league of non-centers now.
Yeah. But Embiid, his game is similar to Hakeem Olajuwon's in a way.
Yeah,
he just doesn't have the same focus.
Yeah, but he's definitely not Olajuwon. He's not the dream. No. When you look at niggas like, you're not. When you look at niggas like fucking Giannis, who can play center and power and small forward.
First of all, Embiid is better than Giannis.
Wow,
that's a hot take. That's a hot take.
A fully healthy Embiid is better than the Greek Freak.
I give you his skill set is better.
Because first of all, yeah, his skill set as a big man is 10 times better than Giannis.
I give you that.
Giannis can't shoot. He's a fucking liability, bro. Like he's
false.
Hey,
you don't need to shoot. All right, watch. When the nigga with you like 7'6", 11", and you can move like you 6'2", You know what I'm saying? And you can jump from the free throw line. The nigga averages like 32 and 14.
Embiid would be a lot further if he had a different point guard. Because it's the equal balance. Giannis can't shoot. Ben Simmons can't shoot. You know what I'm saying? Ben Simmons, he squeezes the floor. He don't spread it out enough. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody knows he's a liability. He can't shoot. They're going to leave that nigga open.
And he still averages 32. Giannis is the most dominant player in the NBA right now. He's like, I haven't seen anybody that dominant.
He got shooters around him.
Yeah.
He got the floor open. That's what I'm saying. If Embiid had the floor open, he'd be doing the same shit.
No, not the way Giannis does. Giannis a beast. Yeah, this nigga's tripping.
Oh, man. Herbert Harden said about Giannis, he was like, I love to be 6'10" and just run and dunk on everybody. Harden was like, I actually had a skill. I had to find creative ways to score. So,
yeah, James Harden said that after Giannis bodied his ass and then fucking blew them niggas out. I'd say the same thing, too. I wish I could be like him. I wish I could jump like that. No, nigga, you can't. You know what I'm saying? Giannis is a beast.
But people gave that same flack to Shaq. You know, they said he wasn't skilled because he just dunked on everybody. But Shaq actually had nice footwork in the post. If you watch the game. Yeah.
And now Giannis is starting to get the jump, get the fucking three going. What? Got the fadeaway too. What? You know what I'm saying? He can defend all 5 positions. Say what? Nigga, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And he averaged, how many assists he averaging? Like probably 4 or 5 assists a game?
Is this a okay?
Giannis is not it.
It's a Bradley Beal tape right here that y'all saying that, Brandon?
Nah, that's not. He's not a bust. Bradley Beal's a bust.
Whoa.
The inaccurate hot takes we will not have on this podcast. Bradley Beal is nowhere near a bust. He averaged 30 points this whole season. Nobody averaging 30 is any type of bust in the NBA.
Hey, where has that gotten him though? Where has that gotten him over his career? How many All-Star appearances does he have?
2 or 3. Probably 2.
He probably got 2. I know it ain't no 3. How many years he been playing in the league?
How many? Probably about 6 or 7.
He's CJ McCollum. He's an overrated CJ McCollum. That's what Bradley
overrated CJ McCollum.
But CJ McCollum's not a bust. Neither is Bill. That doesn't mean you're a bust.
But Bill is a bust though, bro.
How?
Man. Bro, he just didn't amount to what they thought he was gonna get to, bro. The team hasn't done shit. I don't care about scoring. What has he done for the organization? Nothing.
He can't help the teammates that he has. That's not a reflection on him. Who else is on the team?
You can replace fucking. You can take John Wall out the mix.
I don't buy the Bradley Beal hype. He can't lead a team by himself, bro.
Who can? Other than LeBron and Giannis.
Replace James Harden with Beal, and the Wizards will still be trash. It's the team, yo.
I agree.
Nah, I doubt that.
His game is nice, bro.
The Wizards will be the 8th seed right now.
Whoa! Wow! Whoa!
I promise you.
Wow. And Bill had the Wizards 3 games.
This nigga just compared Bradley Beal to MVP. He just compared Bradley Beal to MVP, bro. That's disrespectful.
I just compared a shitty team to a shitty team.
But who was second in scoring this year? Bill was second to Harden in scoring in the league.
Okay, like I said, don't give me numbers on what they score. I don't care, bro. Like, it's bench players that scored a lot more than a lot of star players before, bro. Like, come on now. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to hear that.
Yeah, one game here and there, but not a whole team averaging 30. That's my whole thing. Watch his skill set.
I just don't buy the hype, bro.
Bill's skill set is elite when you watch him play. The step back, the jumper is clean. Everything is straight with his game. And he can facilitate. He does it all.
I don't buy it, bro.
What does he do on the floor? That's my thing.
He is a discount CJ McCollum.
That's a lot. I'm taking Bill over CJ all day.
You're tripping.
No, I do that. I take that too.
I'm taking McCollum over Bill. Taking Klay Thompson over
playing with Dame right now.
Yeah.
But what does he do, bro? What is this factor that has sold everybody on Bradley Beal?
So you saying his play doesn't have an impact on
his play is solid, but he's just a good scorer. He's nothing more than that.
So you put him in the Kevin Martin category of NBA guard.
Yeah, he's going to fade away. Like, Bro, he's not with that. He's not that. He just plays on the, like they said, on a bad team, so it kind of makes him look good. He's a good scorer. He does have another star, you know what I'm saying? And John Wall, that just helps alleviate some of it. If he was to go to a decent team, he wouldn't. I ain't buying it.
So here's my hot take with Bill. In Game 7, against the Celtics, he put up 37. John Wall was struggling the second half of that game. His legs were done. Bill put the team on his back and did everything in his power to win that game. Nobody else came with him. Bill's done it in the playoffs. He's performed at a good level. It's not just
right. I just don't see the Bradley Beal hype. There's a million other players better than Bradley Beal.
Right now, he's a centerpiece of the Wizards more than John Wall is.
I mean, yeah, I would say that. John Wall can't stay healthy. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
If John Wall was healthy, we really wouldn't be talking that much. He'll be second fiddle to John Wall. He'll just be the sidekick. That's what he is, the sidekick. He's not this star that y'all be making this nigga out to be.
So, hey, while we're on the subject of the NBA bubble, we got to get into what Stephen A. was talking about Friday with Conjugal.
Business.
Yeah.
What's your take, bro?
Yeah. What's your take? Yeah. Yeah.
My thing is, you acting like men can't go a couple weeks without getting ass. I'm like, come on, you got to give us more credit than that. For real.
But that's how the niggas acting. You heard about the nigga in Seattle.
Yeah, he got cut for that.
Yeah, he did. His name is Kamal Sivaran. He got cut from the Seahawks for trying to dress a woman up as a football player and bring her into the hotel. So my man put his career on the line to sneak ass into the hotel. So that's what we're talking here. That's a different sport, but same kind of concept.
Nigga's an idiot.
He might not get picked. He might go to the XFL.
His career is done.
Yeah, he's done. He's not known enough to get over something like that. He's not.
Yeah, he's not.
But bro, he could go to Dwayne Johnson's XFL.
The XFL has a window now to get some good ass players, though.
I hope the XFL comes back. I mean, I like the concept and what they were doing at DC Defenders. They had a nice little squad, and some of the other squads, they were doing their thing.
Yeah, the Rock brought them up.
Visits to the bubble. How do y'all feel about that? What do you think about it?
I mean, look, if a nigga most players have a routine that they do before a game. All right, some niggas, you know what I'm saying, like take a nap for 13 minutes. Some niggas gotta travel the same route that they get to the stadium, whatever. Some niggas gotta do yoga before the game. Some niggas gotta smoke a blunt, you know, some tomorrow them shit. If the nigga's routine before his game is some butt cheek, you know what I'm saying? Listen, about 14 minutes before I head to you know what I'm saying, before I head to the locker room, I got, you know what I'm saying? That's my routine. That's how I play. You know what I mean? Like that's my release. You know what I'm saying? So if you like, listen, we in the bubble, you know what I'm saying? My team losing, I'm not playing the way I normally play. You know what I'm saying? My stacks are down 7 or 8 points or whatever, and I know it's because I ain't talk. Listen, hey, Patricia, put this jersey on real quick and helmet, and put these cleats on. And just come around the back real quick. Just don't tell nobody. Just come on in. You know what I'm saying? Give me 15 minutes so I can get back into my rhythm. You know what I'm talking about? I'm looser on my feet. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm not bad at it. You know what I'm saying? We talking about a football player. Tell me that nigga hands is like this, and they probably play must like husk. It's like he can't bat with that. His hands like a brick. You know what I'm saying? He probably took some skin off when he was, you know, talking about like the abrasion. Listen, man, you niggas don't got abrasions before. Don't play. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? This nigga was ejaculating that puppy water. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Listen, you know, I'm not mad. I ain't mad at him. That should be a part of the bubble, like, you know what I'm saying, the bubble contract or whatever. They should talk about that. Listen, we all men. What's the nigga say? Nigga on the Gold Docs, listen. Listen. We all got needs, you know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna give us some butt. Somebody gonna give us some booty. You know what I'm saying? That should have been in the fucking contract. Booty needs to be in the contract.
Adam Silver should have bought all them niggas flashlights.
You know what I'm saying? We got like 200 niggas all living within this bubble. You know what I'm saying? You gonna tell me ain't nobody need no booty? Somebody gotta come up with some booty. You know what I'm saying?
In the bubble, you can't get no ass.
I'm just saying, baby.
How much of that last cousin can't get no ass? It's a pandemic going on.
Yeah, like, listen, man.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
risk of hell for a shot of ass. That's crazy.
That's crazy to me. And Stephen A. and Max took it to this level. Should you let just the wives in, or long-term girlfriends, or a dude, one of the players was just DMing a week ago? So they're like, where do you draw the line at this? How do you draw the line?
That's a good question. Gotta have some longevity too. You can't just be bringing randos in there.
Yeah,
like one night stands in Florida, no less. Fuck no, this Corona out there. No,
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm just like wives and long-time girlfriends. I get it. I'm not just saying like random ass. But if your routine is to fuck your wife before the game, and you ain't gotten to your rhythm in 3 or 4 weeks,
she ready to go.
Okay, boom, go around back real quick. You know what I'm saying? I don't pay for that anyway. I don't pay for that. We married.
So taking that discussion to a different step, we could say, NBA stars, they're expected to have all these women and whatnot for whatever reason. But you also have the other side of society, the incels, who can't attract women, period. So I know they sitting back watching this like, I can't even get one woman, or how is it that they're expected to do this? And it just doesn't work for me in that fashion. What are y'all thoughts on that?
I mean, there's gonna be a lot of hate going on around situations like that, especially when people are comparing their lives to someone else's. So with this whole, again, like with Corona going on, is it worth it? Like that's the question.
Yeah.
Like, is it like if it's not someone that you had a long-term relationship with, you really want to risk yourself, or even want to risk your life?
And everybody
shot of ass, as Brandon was saying.
Shot of ass.
It's like I was on when I went on my vacation down in North Carolina. I showed people without face masks on. I was like, "What? Like, fuck you doing? Like, all right, I'm on the beach. I get it, but like, are you going into the store like this, bro? For real? Nah, fuck out of here. Like, I'm just leaving. Like, I'm not even gonna be around here right now. This is not worth me risking my life because you want to be wild. So."
Yeah, the random butt cheek is not encouraged.
Now niggas trying to get Magic City strippers up there.
Yeah, Magic City.
Trying to get them IG
2
girls.
Chainz versus Rick Ross, the essential workers. Man, that was crazy.
That's like they go to strippers. They was twerking with face masks on Brandon. They gotta respect that.
It was wild. It was wild during that battle, during that part. Definitely.
I still can't believe there's twerking face masks on. But since we're talking about the bubble, we can talk about your man Trey Songz out here. So apparently, he's R. Kelly in these hoes. So, bro, this as a man in a relationship, like, do you think that celebrities get tired of regular sex, or?
So Selena Powell has an accusation that Trey Songz, said that she or that he peed on her, and that other women have come forward to her and said that he's peeing on them to R. Kelly type stuff, basically. And my thing with this is, I think when you're a celebrity, sex can get mundane when you're so used to it, where it's every single night, different women. I think they just get to the point in their mind where it just gets boring and they're used to it. So they have to push the envelope or experiment, do things that most of the rest of us would be like, why would you even want to do some shit like that at all? Why would you even think to do that? But with cats like Trey Songz, I think sex just becomes normalized to them, or ordinary sex that you and I or anybody else, missionary or same doggy style, are positions that we still enjoy doing. I think for them, it just gets mundane. So they're like, all right, how can I ratchet this up to where I'm still interested in doing this? Because they're just so used to it and have so many different women and experiences that it's so normalized they can't get excited about normal sex anymore. What's your viewpoint on it?
I mean, I think I hear where you're coming from. I think that some people are supposed to have, like, some people have their own issues that they're dealing with. Like, some people have legit, like, sexual addictions, or just don't have self-discipline. Like, you see people, like, you know, like, ODing on drugs and shit like that, and, like, all kinds of other things. Like, because you're a celebrity, you have that power, you have that opportunity to get to these things that you normally probably wouldn't be able to. But now you got all this money and shit, and all this power and shit. You can do whatever the fuck you want to. Nobody's really gonna tell you no. And as you keep doing that, and nobody's telling you no, you're gonna get further out. Like, I mean, like, so that's my personal take on it. Like, R. Kelly didn't just start overnight. Like, it didn't.
I think they had that. There was a South Park episode where Big Ben, Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, or whoever, they were talking about, you know, what's the cause of sex addiction, and the whole crux of the episode was having a bunch of money. That's all it is. They were arguing any guy with a bunch of money would be that way. So
it's a possibility.
That's kind of what I was hearing with that.
It's a possibility.
But what's the question? Like because you have money, like you can't do normal sex shit. Yeah. But what's normal sex shit? Like, where do we draw the line? Like
he said, like missionary, like
regular doggy style, the stuff that you associate with normal sex.
When y'all start talking about like the R. Kelly type shit, like that's like a different realm. But if Trey Songz pee on bitches, hey, listen.
No, I'm saying like off the whole interview, like she went further. She was like, yeah, he peed on her, but he locked her ass in a hotel room.
See, that's there
for X amount of days. Took her phone, took her wallet. Yeah. Like that go into the realm of you just got like you just power controlling. Yeah, you power trip.
I don't think there's anything wrong if you got a lot of money and you know you've been fucking normal for a while and now all of a sudden you want to try peeing on somebody. All right, cool. go and
maybe I gotta get another tax bracket.
I don't know. We can normalize peeing on people.
Right? But when you start talking about like locking people up for days and like threatening them if they trying to leave and drugging people like shit like that's now we on some other shit.
That's the thing. She said he would lock her in the room. He'll only come back to the hotel room just to fuck her 5 times or whatever it was, and then leave out. Like she a sex slave at that point.
Yeah, that's
weird shit. That's sex or weird. I hope that ain't true, Trey Songz, but that's some weird shit.
There's no justification for that. Like, I don't care how much money you got. When you want some shit like that, that's
you gotta be able to say yourself no.
Yeah,
I don't think she realized how heavy that was when she said like that's some crazy.
Yeah, she said it just like
true,
casually.
Yeah, it's
like,
true
it
too. Like that's some wild shit.
Like Thought Chronicles type shit. Yeah, man, it's like yo. That's wild, yo. You should go to the police.
Like, you should be on the podcast. You should be on the podcast.
You should go to the police
station. Right. That should be on record in the police station if a nigga did that weird shit.
Like, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
But I feel like a lot of celebrities do that weird ass shit. I mean, whole bunch of them, of course, have the non-disclosure forms and shit, and they take bitches' phones or whoever phones is around. Like, you can't record and all that shit. So, yeah. I mean, who knows? It's Hollywood. Motherfuckers be on weird shit.
Like people got mad when people didn't respect Beyonce's NDA, like no non-disclaimer. Like they were mad as shit about that. But
what was hers?
It was she had a party and I think like Tiffany Haddish was there or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And like she got like hit or some shit like that and like it leaked out and people were like you're not supposed to. Why they leaking stuff about that? Like you should respect her NDA. She's Beyonce. Da, da, da.
Tiffany Haddish told that story in the interview.
Yeah,
she didn't say the celebrity that hit her or bit her or whatever. It was something like weird, like she bit her or some shit.
Yeah,
she didn't say the name, but yeah, she told the story.
Yeah, and it was at Beyonce party.
They led it to Beyonce.
Yeah,
I guess it was Beyonce. I ain't never heard that story. That's weird.
Nah, she said it was Beyonce. She just didn't say who the celebrity was that did it to Beyonce.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Wow.
Beyonce, I feel like her stuff is ironclad because she has all these different releases, videos, and any projects, and nobody says a word about them until they drop. So I feel like Beyonce is strong with that. For sure.
Lil Wayne stayed having his shit leaked. He needed her team.
That's just part of like the Wayne thing now. Wait for the leak.
Wayne was the king of getting his shit leaked, bro. Like, oh my.
All his albums. I almost wondered if somebody in the Young Money camp was doing it because it happened so. I'm like, Mac Maine, why you leaking Lil Wayne stuff, dog?
Probably build a buzz for the album and shit. Like who used to do that all the time?
Probably Beyonce. Probably anybody that knows anything about her projects, she probably had them niggas follow. Had they say fucking phones tap. You know what I'm saying? She got like a little black SUV sitting out front of their house and shit. You know what I mean? Like. But Beyonce probably on some other shit.
Some like Timberland stuff.
I'm thinking about.
Two niggas over here looking at.
I got a nice little fit lined up.
A nice fit lined up?
Yeah, I don't want to discuss it on camera. Niggas might steal my swag.
Instagram
exclusive.
Hilarious.
Oh man, that's too funny.
Hilarious.
Man, we're gonna switch gears completely with this next topic, but you know, I read a tweet earlier today saying that over 40% of U.S. renters are now at risk of eviction. Also, food insecurity for U.S. households has reached its highest reported level since the Census Bureau started tracking the data in May, with almost 30 million Americans reporting that they've not had enough to eat at some point within the last 7 days through July 21st. So that was about a month ago. But yeah, this pandemic is hitting super hard.
Yeah.
It's crazy, the capitalistic society that we live in. A lot of people are out here struggling, and you have the haves and then you have the have-nots. And the have-nots out here barely making ends meet, and it's getting to be dire straits right now. So my heart goes out to all the people in the struggle right now. And we definitely had to talk about this on the pod today.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something that's I'm paying attention to with my leasing situation at my apartment, because the whole protection for people that were renting and stuff like that got taken up. It's no longer standing right now. So there's a lot of shit going on with that, and hell, like it's hard enough for me. I just started getting consistent food going to my house, so I definitely understand that shit. It's crazy out here. There's a lot of food banks though, so if you can find them.
Oh, it's one down the street from the crib too.
Yeah, church. My other job, they do one as well. So there are things out there to help people, but it's kind of hard to get some when there's so many people trying to get to that one spot.
Yeah.
That shit wild, bro. This shit been really fucking niggas the fuck up for real. Like,
yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, I saw a line of cars on Tip Hill Road because some mornings we'll work out in the park, Henson Creek Park, and all these cars were lined up. And I said, why are they lined up right here? And they were waiting to get food.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
Line of cars. And it was sad to see that many people out here in the struggle for real.
I know a couple weeks ago, and when the numbers was peaking, I was over in by Howard Mall, and I drove past the Camerons. That motherfucker had a line around the door. Them niggas must have been suffering at all. Yo, and they was like side by side for that sodium-based seafood.
A lot of niggas was blowing their unemployment on crab legs.
That shit is 53% salt.
That KFC line in that shopping center, Marlow Heights, that thing is crazy too. I don't know what's going on over there, but those lines be on one.
Drive-through lines out of control now. So I don't know if it's just Corona or people just blowing so much money or people just not cooking, but I've seen some absurd lines, like for real. Yeah, they're really doing this. Like when I was down in the Outer Banks, man, there was this Taco Bell down there, and they inside closed off, and I was skating. I was like, oh, like, I'm just skating around. So I get inside, like, sir, you can't come in here. We're understaffed. It's like, for us, I can't just order food. It's like, no, you got to go. And then this white dude's like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, we're understaffed. And this dude was holding food for somebody else, like, yelling and shit. I was like, damn.
This shit driving motherfuckers mad.
Because there's food deserts out there, for real.
Shit has drove niggas mad, bro. At least driving the shit over with.
At least they're not shooting fireworks anymore. Please tell me you're not shooting fireworks.
We heard some fireworks in my girl crib. Yeah,
not that far.
Yeah.
And Matt, speaking of the struggle, I know you wanted to talk about this USPS, the U.S. Postal Service. What's going on, man? So
what's going on with that is Trump is defunding the use of the larger machines that can process mail. So so that's going to really hurt people with elections. So I've been talking to people like, yo, vote early if you can. Me and Brandon are going to go vote early. Like, I'm going to figure that out. John, I encourage you to vote early as well.
Already voted.
There you go. John's already voted. A black man
to the poll. I'm not sending anything through the mail this election run, this go around. No way. Nope.
But I was told that if you do want to help the Postal Service, go out and buy a pack of stamps that will help funding with the Postal Service, because that's what the issue is. They're not getting funding to sustain the amount of use that they're getting, because people aren't buying stamps like that, but they're still shipping stuff out. So that's the whole thing that's going on, but it can impact the election. And a lot of people are concerned about that, because then the people's votes aren't going to be getting counted. And who knows what the fuck's that going to be.
We in for a while next couple months.
That could be a wild situation. That'd be unheard.
We are in for a while into this crazy year, bro.
It's crazy because so many people use Amazon Prime. We don't think of the U.S. Postal Service as much anymore. That's part of it. And then you think about Jeff Bezos makes a couple billion a day. And then we just had this discussion with people either not being able to pay rent or not being able to have enough food in their house. So you had, like I said, haves and have-nots. And the disparity is just crazy right now.
But just to talk on the inside, I used to work for the post office, and they weren't ready for this. Like, when I was working for them, like, a couple years ago, they were not really thinking about the digital age and how things can shift. So what Trump is doing is really fucked up, but the U.S. Postal Service himself hasn't prepared itself for the future of mail and stuff like that. So, like, we're kind of screwed on both sides. It's weird.
That happened to Kodak when digital cameras came along, and that happened to Blockbuster when Netflix and digital streaming came along. So you kind of have to see what's coming down the pike, or you can get left behind out here. It's definitely a thing in business. But you don't think about that with the U.S. Postal Service because it's a government entity. So you looking at that side of it too.
So since we're talking about how the fuck, currently Katt Williams with rainbow hair wearing a Supreme shirt endorsed by Supreme has some very interesting things to say. I feel like Dave Chappelle blazed the trail for this. No knock on Katt Williams. But I wasn't expecting this. Like, I'm still processing it. Like, okay, what is really going on here? Is this a commercial thing? Are we trying to make some real change here? Is this for the shit, laughs, and giggles? Like, what's really going on here? I don't know. It's a lot. Like, Brandon, you introduced me to it, so.
What?
The Katt Williams.
Katt Williams thing?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just his version, basically, of what Dave Chappelle did. You know what I'm saying? I like both of them, honestly. I feel like Katt, he said what needed to be said for a lot of motherfuckers. Like, I feel as though this go around, like, I don't know. I just feel like the end of the year about to be crazy for us. I don't know where the fuck this shit gonna go. Like I said in the last episode, I was trying to tell all y'all niggas to get y'all concealed carry license for this exact same reason. I feel as though we might be on the verge shortly in another civil war or something like that. I don't know, bro. I just feel like something going to tinker the scale and shit gonna go left. Starting with the election, so I don't know.
It is possible.
I hate to sound like one of those conspiracy theorists, but I strongly feel like we on the verge of something happening inside of the U.S., like a war amongst ourselves. I don't want to say it's like a civil war. I guess you could say civil unrest. Yeah. If you may, but I feel like that's on the shortcomings if we don't get our shit together. So if this shit don't end, yeah.
At the beginning of Corona, I was at the grocery store, and this black lady was saying something about a gun. I'll never forget this shit. And this white dude was like, yeah, I can help you get a gun, blah, blah, blah. So I leave the grocery store, and I go to the dollar store, and I see the guy again, and he's like, yeah, this is how you can get a gun. I got my gun last week. I'm ready, da, 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 da. It doesn't take that long to get your license and shit. And I was like, wow. These youngers getting there's people out here getting really ready for some crazy shit.
I don't feel like shit is gonna go right, bro. It's something ain't right.
And some people are waiting for the opportunity to do something crazy.
Yeah. I said Katt Williams said in his statement with Supreme that he feel like though this is the last stand. As far as racism goes, we're gonna get rid of it, period. Mm-hmm. With that whole George Floyd shit, that started the shit. If something similar to that happened, or let's say if Trump fuck up the election or something like that, it's going to go nuts, bro. Like, I strongly feel like that. We on the verge, man. We on the fucking verge.
So, John, as a comedian, what's your take on Katt Williams?
I don't think he watched it yet.
Yeah, I ain't watching, so I can't speak. But
it's our little 6-minute jump. You should watch it for real, bro.
The UFOs are coming. That's all I know.
Keep talking.
Keep telling you niggas that.
Keep talking.
I'm not gonna keep talking.
No, what you got, John?
I just said trying to get us clapped.
I just said
like that. You can't drop too much knowledge. You drop too much knowledge, we dead the next day, bro.
They coming. That's all I know.
If you got the wild presentation Katt had with the rainbow colored hair and past all of that, watching the video, he said a lot of real spill in that vid. You just have to get by how he was presenting himself. Yeah. But I saw another TMZ interview where Katt himself said, I have an IQ of 160. So a lot of people think I'm off my rocker or I'm just nuts. But no, I'm actually not in the slightest. And so get that when it comes to Katt Williams.
Yeah, I definitely thought it was good and it was needed. It was just like there was just so much of it. So I just like
how it was presented was great.
The presentation and just how random it was. Because it came almost out of nowhere.
Nobody saw that.
Right.
And I'm gonna do all the hype beat shit I can to get the Katt Williams Supreme shirt. Sorry.
Like, but that was just a regular Supreme shirt, though, right?
No, I'm saying they're gonna put his face on the shirt like they normally do.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they're gonna do that.
Probably are.
I mean,
Like,
yeah.
I feel like
With the rainbow head too. I'm getting all the colors. Straight up.
That's some like African Lombardi type shit.
I can't wait.
So we got Katt Williams. You had the cat in Alabama, the real life version of Clayton Bigsby.
Yes.
What's up with that? Come on now.
Yeah, John, you said you saw him with Jesus and Nero?
Yeah, man. I think I've seen Homeboy before. If it's the same dude. I forget what his name is, but he's this old black dude down in Alabama, like down in the South, that supports the Confederacy. And, I mean, yeah, it's some wild shit. And they actually used the word poppycock. When they asked him about the state of politics, he said poppycock.
That's slavery.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, you know what I'm saying? I forget what his name is. And then women was walking by. He was like, "Can I get a hug?" I was like, "Oh, this is to get a hug, ass nigga." Get a hug. Now it all makes sense. It all makes sense.
But yeah, the joint that I wrote this on Twitter was the dude was talking about how this statue isn't racist and how having the Confederate flag around isn't racist, and like he couldn't stand to live if they took that shit down. That shit was crazy. Like I can show you.
Like niggas do not know their history. Like
he refused
at all.
Been brainwashed.
Like what? How you even let that get brainwashed? Do you not just openly see what? I don't know. I don't get motherfuckers sometimes, bro. I swear I don't.
There's different education systems out there, though. Like, I remember a couple years ago, there was a whole ruckus about Texas trying to change the term for slaves into servants in textbooks. This was like 5 years ago.
So, yeah, this is recent. Recent.
Right. And speaking of recent, John, tell us about these fucking aliens.
I'm not talking anymore about the UFOs.
They're trying to get us clapped, man.
I sprinkle a little bit every cast.
Look,
I think the system of white supremacy is so ingrained into our mental.
Right.
Cats like this in Alabama, just the media has fed them this and that for all these years. In school coming up, you're taught all these different subjects and ideas from their perspective that you lose sight of our true perspective and what we really went through. And you have to fight to teach yourself on some of these subjects and issues.
Yeah, because they're not going to teach you on them school systems.
You got to re-educate
out the knowledge on your own, because the school system, the system of schooling here in America is also within the system of white supremacy. So they're going to teach you things from their perspective and their viewpoint. And as they say, the victors write history. So you got to look at that too and really study on your own and seek out your own knowledge and look beyond the surface and what the media is presenting to you. That's my point on it.
Because like you said, the school systems teaches a lot of people just to be workers, not to excel, not to grow. They doesn't teach you how to save. Doesn't teach you how to use your finances, how to develop your own self, your own mind. It just teaches you how to just
get a job, just spend money.
Right. Like that's what it is. So you got to re-educate yourself. Let me get that. I didn't get it last time.
Continue, brother.
That's the capitalistic system, Matt. So you're taught to be a worker bee from as a kid coming up. You aren't taught to be entrepreneurial or how to have that hustler spirit. So that's why I look at folks like Jay-Z and Diddy. I'm like, wow, they're true entrepreneurs out here and they're pioneers. And we can look at that example to see how to move.
Right now, there's a lot of people doing a lot of amazing things that like are game changing, but like the education system doesn't teach you to do some of these things. So there's a lot of different ways to become successful and mentally developed. But you got to, like I said, you got to renew your mind because there's a lot of bullshit they feed you.
Yeah, I talked to Dan a lot about this, but financial literacy itself, we wish it was something taught in school, and it's something that we would love to help teach the community about. Just, it's really a champion.
I'm just learning that shit.
Yeah, I'm working on my dad.
I just learned my financial literacy, like getting all into that 5 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I'd have known all this I know now back when I was 18.
Yeah.
Shit, if I'd have known this shit when I was 20, 24. Like,
yeah.
It's not something that's ingrained in the Black community.
That's true.
You're talking about, when you talk about Black people, you're talking about people that's not too far from slavery. Slavery was literally 3 grandparents ago, maybe 3 to 4. So now you're looking at, and then after slavery, you know, we were oppressed. There was segregation. There was the KKK. There was like, we weren't part of politics. So really, like, we've like been independent and free, you know what I'm saying, to learn and explore who we are as a people, really for like the last 30 or 40 years. Because even our parents probably experienced a high level of racism. And if they didn't, they were so focused on working just to keep a job or just to keep a house over your head that financial literacy wasn't a focus. You know what I mean? It was just like, I just want my kids to be better than I am. And now we're in that era. We're in the era of like the Black community that's becoming better with every generation. And with every generation, we're learning financial literacy better. But when you look at other communities like white people or Jews or whatever, they didn't have like that same oppression. You know what I mean? Even with the Jews, like the Holocaust happened, but the Holocaust happened over the course of 4 years. Slavery happened for 400. You know what I mean? So like when you look at like white families, they teach financial literacy generation to generation. They teach you the power of investment and wealth and smart spending and X, Y, and Z. This is a generation that's just learning that. You know what I mean? Us as Black Americans. So you know, yeah. I mean, it sucks. It sucks, but like at least now we're coming into a place where we understand the power of investment and supporting one another in financial literacy. And I think the key is just like our kids. Like we have to teach our kids to be better than who we are, so they can just keep passing that knowledge on generation to generation. And support businesses, open businesses. Like the dope thing about millennials is millennials really don't want to work. Like so many millennials are creatives. Not since like they don't want to work the average 9 to 5 job.
Right,
you know
right.
Like we have that itch to do better than that. You know what I mean? And I think with each generation, it'll just become better. But it's not something that's going to happen overnight. You just have to ingrain it within the family.
100% agree with that.
Yeah, definitely.
And hopefully when the UFOs come down, they can teach us a little bit about, you know what I'm saying?
When they come back, because they were already here.
You know what I'm saying?
They put the top blocks on the pyramid. I don't care what nobody said.
They was there.
Those steps was made for giants, not people.
When they come, I'm going to shave my head so I look like them. So they give me a tour of the spaceship.
Yeah, it's that now I'm in that I wish I wasn't in. I'm in working my way out of it, but definitely, like you said, we didn't have time to worry about financial literacy when we're going through civil rights, even in the 60s. We're just worrying about being on an equal footing, having employment and a roof over our head, the bare basics that everyone else gets to enjoy easily. We were just fighting, scratching and clawing just for that.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Because like John said, civil rights, like he said, slavery was 3 grandparents ago. Slavery was 1 grandparent ago, for real. Like, that shit was just a generation ago.
Right. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, like, my dad's definitely been helping me with getting budgeting together. He has a degree in finances. So if anyone wants to learn anything about that, he's open to help with that. And also, I think it would be cool to us to have Angel on at some point, because we're going to fry up top regardless. And Angel knows about finances, and I think our audience could really, grow from learning some more about finances while laughing at Tyrone. So
this is a man cave. No women in here.
Okay, so can we have her zoom in? Can we have her zoom in, John?
He just fucked up all our bosses.
Right. No, I might have to edit that out.
Niggas are like, that podcast is going good.
Right.
Sexist nigga right there.
Sexist motherfucker.
We can't cut out half of our viewers immediately.
Never feel the light of day. Cut his ass.
Shit.
We have her zoom in, John.
It's getting cut.
Yeah, it's not the space here.
Women are welcome.
We can zoom them in.
Especially my Black women.
Yes, that's yes. But I definitely think it'll be dope. And next episode, we have Jordan on here. So that's going to be a pretty interesting episode. But,
hey, this week's episode of PGUnruly presents The Current Culture. Everybody take care. Have a great next week.
You too.
He always throwing up gunshots and
shit. You know what I'm saying? Boom.
Blocker.